if you've been watching us and hearing about how All-in-One Paint paints leathers, vinyls, kitchen cabinets, and so on, and you don't believe it, stick around because we're going to show you how it works. Second brush so you can get in there and really clean. Ask questions if you have them about leathers and vinyls, and you're going to see right here what I'm going to concentrate on, this welt cord around the edge of this stool, and I'm going to really work my brush in there. And I'm going to make sure that I get all the crumbs and all the food and the oils and just the human oils that have settled in these cracks. I'm using the beautiful color called POLO, and POLO is a deep navy. I'm going to turn it up so you can see the bottom. Looking at it through the can, it never looks like its true self. It's going to look like a dark, pretty blue. Every light makes it look a little different. I'll show you an easy way to get your base coating done, and that's using the True Applicator. This is one that's been used. It's got its own little built-in handle here. You get a 2-pack of those. Turn my sample jar up just like that so I get my sponge loaded up. That's going to give me a base. That way there's no dripping and dropping. You can just use it to push the paint right down into the leather itself. And don't worry that it looks a little streaky right now. We're going to go through it and stipple and just get it all painted. It's going to look bright blue here just for a second. Might scare some of you guys, but as it dries it's going to deepen and darken. All over the whole thing by using that very light little stipple motion. As you can see, this is my hand. I'm going to stipple my hand. Very little paint got on my hand. That's because I'm not going. Now, a lot of paint got on my hand. This is right. This was wrong. So that's how you know the difference. It's such a pretty chair. And it's a shame that it's gotten this big, long mark across the back. Let's talk about a couple things here. We're going to talk about repairing this with Bond and Flex. That is our material that goes on. It will bridge this gap. You're going to go back later and sand it after it dries well. That will blend right into this chair, and then we'll paint the whole back of this chair. I'm also going to be addressing the nail heads with you here, and I'm going to talk about that. And it's called Bond and Flex, and it's unique in one way. There's a lot of repair kits out there to fix and repair leather. This is the only one that will remain pliable, soft, and give, and that will be that way throughout its life. And it also accepts and holds our paint. So the great thing is you can put this on cap marks, bites, chewed cushions, things that are missing on your pieces, holes, whatever they are, burns, any kind of damage you have. You're going to apply this wonderfully soft marshmallow cream product right onto these. We'll put it right here over this damage here, and this is a very deep dig into this chair. We're going to take the little tool that comes in the kit and just kind of push it down in there as best we can and push the product right over this piece. Dip your fingers in the water, and this is a simple little way to make this smooth out. You're going to take your finger, rub over this, and you're going to use this to kind of blur the line back into the area that isn't damaged, and that's how you're going to fix it. You're just going to rub this until it is smoothing out around the edges, and that's going to keep you from having to do a lot of sanding. So if you left that rough, you'll have to sand that off, either with a palm sander or with a little block. We send that in the kit as well. But if you leave it really rough, it's a lot more work. So take your wet glove, just finesse this and rub this down. Protect your floor because you're going to get some drippy water coming off here. And you're going to fill up that divot, that little cut that was there. We'll come back and sand that smooth and paint that and camouflage that entire area that was damaged on this chair. And that's what you're going to get right there.
We've got some people asking about sealers. Are we going to have to do anything? Put a wax or sealer on the leather, on the gel stain?
No sealers needed on any time you're using this product. You don't need to seal it. You don't need to seal it on the leather or the vinyl. You don't need to seal it on your kitchen cabinets. It has a built-in sealer. It has its own top coat that's extremely durable. And again, it's able to flex and bend, so when it goes outside and you have things that are contracting from getting cold, meaning shutters, vinyls on your house, your trim, your door. Those things can still contract without popping off the paint. Now, that same thing's going to happen here on this ottoman is it begins to stretch when you sit on it. Vinyl, the same way. It has the ability to give and to stretch. Where we use the product Bond and Flex, and this is my repair compound that stays nice, pliable, and will take our paint on beautiful. And we've already sanded it once, but I've got a little area here that I can feel with my hand, and I have an electric palm sander. And I'm going to show you what you do. You just put on your medium grit. This is a 1000 grit sandpaper. We'll turn this on real brief. You can feel that it's nice and smooth. It's ready to paint off any of that little grit that may be there and get it ready to take the paint. Just get your Syntec brush out. We're going to carry on with the same process that we did yesterday. So there's my loaded up true applicator. And I'm going to go right to this stain. Put it right there so you can see. Now, it's going to take a couple coats because that's white. It's going to take a minute for that to begin to cover. I'm going to stipple over that in just a second. Get your DIY project started by visiting our website at allinonepaint.com today.